and won't waste any time setting that up. While I fish up my dice, I will very quickly mention, for the second time today, because I've already shot a video, that this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Ahiga Comics, and Qua, and Jeremy Vasquez, and Kylie Denton, and Mr. Flores. And if you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. Because it's really cool, and it helps us out.
Yeah.
And like I said, depending on how long some of these audio recordings are, they might actually be more convenient if you give me $1. I don't know. I don't have any polling data on that. Also, I literally... Do I have all my D10? No. Literally last handful of dice. Get my last D10. Okay.
Gotta roll my dice over time, Mo.
I need to get a handkerchief out just in case. Just a second.
Oh, man.
And make a shitload of scrambly noise on my sound waves.
Go, dice, go! Yeah.
Yeah, that's going through.
Dice
have an interesting little... It's almost like a person breathing, but it's scratchier. Oh. It's an interesting little sound wave. It's very soft, but a little bit of wiggliness to it. Okay, so that's all the dice I need. That's damage dice, and that's 3 sets of percentile dice. I'm gonna grab a handkerchief.
Is that fucking mine?
Breathing. Get your breathing.
Okay.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about laying out thinking of brainstorming. I was laying down thinking of all the horrible ways this fucking mission go wrong, and it actually affected my dreams. It was pretty fucking bad.
That's good.
I dreamed about this mission.
Okay.
Wow.
It was weird.
I'm glad that's on mic. Okay, dice. Everybody got dice. Everybody got stuff.
Yes.
Also, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did go through and technically change every instance of pen to pierce, because that's technically how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no,
right.
Marth mentioned that, and when I pulled the changes, like the main dog has literally 51 changes. Only one of those changes is you adding an item. The other 50 are you removing the word pen and adding the word pierce.
Yes, because technically in the weapon list it says piercing, and that's the actual phrasing this homebrew system uses for that stat. It's just I called it pen because that's a lot easier. But technically that's that's a 40K RPG thing. So I figured what the fuck, find replace is easy. I'll just switch all instances of pen to pierce, and I'm not gonna yell at anybody playing my game for saying pen if it's shorter to say. It's just, it should be written pierce. Is there anything? Yeah, I don't... Other than whether... the question is still weighs on my mind. Do I need to add a notation to movement outside of structured time for swimming or not? And I'm gonna say no for the time being. I'm gonna count that under normal circumstances, you swim as fast as you can walk.
Okay.
And I'll deal with it later. Okay. So here we are. We're playing Mages of War. One of you is the captain. One of you is not the captain.
I am the captain.
Yes.
I don't know why, but as I said, this mission gave me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know if I'm just being paranoid or some weird shit's about to happen.
Well, it is pretty intense, but we'll see.
Well, we are in water. There could be stuff in the water.
Oh, well, luckily I did caution you already. Hippopotami have been extinct in this river for 100 years. And there's no crocodiles. So.
Okay.
And
there is no naturally occurring creature... Oops, bonked my mic arm. There's no naturally occurring creature which should be in this river that you have to worry about.
Yeah. Next mission, all we had to do was investigate a village, and then there were 2 fucking chimeras. Mission before that, all we had to do was take a fort, and all of a sudden, fucking Damon.
Well, we did find clues before we got to that village.
I know, but still. 2 chimeras.
Yeah, I will admit, you had like a squad of guys reconning this round the clock for 2 days. From their distance, they didn't notice anything weird other than just there's a fuck ton of people here. If things go bad, you are grossly outnumbered, is the very real military and tactical concern. You're bringing about 12 guys, counting yourselves and your companions, on a stealth mission, so you're going to be traveling light, and there's like I've said, there's like 150 guys, and even if most of them are engineers with like wrenches, that's still a shitload of guys to beat you to death.
Engineers plus it's like.
And there are a couple of cases of some pretty gnarly hardware. Not that you guys really have any reason to be, other than background stuff, and you'd know how shitty machine guns are. You guys in character don't have a whole lot of reason to be scared about machine guns, because I think the one time I fired a light machine gun at you, I suppressed Lucky a little bit, and he had to hide. That's about it. Anyway, well, here we're doing it. This is the evening of the final day. This is your last chance to prep. You've done your ritualizing. You've acquired your mission gear. You're loaded up with satchel. You've got big pile of satchel charges and whatever.
I did want to do. What the fuck was it? It was like a last minute thing.
Dunno.
I can't remember. Shit. Do I need to write things
You've
down?
made sure everybody's got a flare in their back pocket, just in case.
Yep. We are greased the fuck up. Well,
Yeah, everybody's got their engine grease. You'll probably grease up on site because you're gonna camp out for a little while.
Oh yeah. Last minute thing. Do you want to get like camo netting so we can fucking hide?
That's a very good thought. Do you want to get some camo netting?
Yeah.
You need to get a couple of rolls if you want to camouflage a structure worth of buildings. Like, if you want to hide a tent, you're going to need a couple of rolls.
Yeah. So, a couple rolls, let me see here. Because that's what it was, because I was thinking about it. We're going to be fairly close to the fucking, operation area, and we're going to have to chill there for, like, minimum half a day. I don't know how many guys decide to piss off in the fucking woods, but who knows? Maybe stuff.
Well, yeah, you're gonna be a couple, hopefully only a few, but you're gonna be a few clicks north and east, off in the foothills. So hopefully nobody has any reason to come get you.
Yeah, I know, but I'd rather not us literally just sit around with our thumbs up our bums, and then just some dude randomly.
Oi, what's all this then?
What's all this? It's like a camping trip.
Ja, wir camping, ja. Guten Tag.
What's a Wiener Schnitzel? Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize to all
Germans,
yeah. Well, actually, I am German, so I apologize to those of my brethren who actually have a proper German accent.
Listen, we're Americans. We can do this. We're ignorant.
I'm hard. Yeah.
Listen, I'm Anglo as fuck. I can make I can make some of these jokes.
Mm-hmm. Alright, but so I'm gonna pull up some camo netting. Oh, there it is. I just passed it. It's 2MC. It's uncommon. Let's see. Roll a quarter and then 10 color.
Uncommon is +0, I believe.
Go to hide.
I should rewrite this. Oh wait, no, that's camouflage webbing. That's right. I went too far. I was looking at camouflage webbing, which is for vehicles.
Yeah, netting is 2MC uncommon.
+0.
Yes. Yeah. Grants 20 to cover the item in the appropriate environment. You can wear it on your body.
Let's make some good rolls. Let's see if we can get everyone in the ground team a roll.
Okay, whoa, you're doing another sweeping mission. This will be your optional roll. All right, your logistics are 32 right now. Do you want to roll it, or do you want me to roll it?
You roll it.
Okay. All right, you order camo netting.
Wait, what happened?
And your box that should contain camo netting arrives.
Okay.
You open it up.
What do I get? Oh my god.
Let's see. Hold on. This is gonna be hilarious.
No.
Like, this on from 1 to 10.
It contains an anti-tank lance and 6 rockets.
What?
Okay. Well, I guess definitely give me that.
So, yeah.
Someone log this, put this in the base for keeping this. But fuck.
Yeah, on paper, you received like a dozen rolls of camo netting, but that's definitely a recoilless rifle, or it's probably not rifle, but it's a recoilless gun. You know,
Right, anti-tank lance with six.
with basically 6 reloads. So there's one shell in the tip, and yes, because it doesn't make any fucking sense for Valkyria Chronicles to do this because they should actually have bazookas and proper recoilless rifles, but to give player characters more anti-tank stuff in Mages of War, I copied the anti-tank lance. It's a pseudo-recoilless rifle tube. It's probably, like I said, not actually rifled, but it's much more fun-sounding to say recoilless rifle. So it's...
yeah.
3 to 10 plus 5, pen 10, 1 ammo, weighs 6 kilograms, got a max range of a good old 60 meters, but it's blast 3, brace, and inaccurate. But you have a lot of fucking ammo. That's more than you would get if one of you was a heavy with an anti-tank lance per mission. So you that's fun.
I'm sorry. I'm doing this thing where it's the anime thing where I'm just sitting at my desk and I'm just laid back and you can see my soul coming from my body.
Mm-hmm. By the way, so that was a 50. You rolled 59 out of 32 on your logistics roll because they were plus 0. And I rolled a 52 on the random item chart, which is heavy weapon. So you get 1 weapon that has the heavier brace tags that I choose and 6 reloads. So you got the anti-tank lance.
Actually, I wonder if we can I'm just gonna go lean on the quartermaster here.
You could just try and spend money or roll procurement. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
The question is just logistics rolls are great if you want to get your entire squad something like you just tried, but like I said, sometimes you get a fuck up. You're staring at the paper. It's probably under your face as you lie face first on your desk, slowly dying. It says like X12 things of camo netting, but boy howdy, this crate sure contains a surplus of rockets.
Someone.
This is not what I ordered.
Someone is gonna. I'm pretty sure there's someone on the Western Front who's all like, "We needed those. We need this. We need the new lands now." Open crate, netting. Do they want us to fucking crawl there?
12 rolls of desert camo netting.
In the Western Front.
Do you see fucking sand?
Oh man, this is
exactly why the logistics table exists.
Oh my god! All right, so.
I think it would have been funnier if I rolled 1 higher and got you cans of paint.
Do they want us to pay?
Captain, I believe Supply would like us to paint the tent.
Alright, well, I have, 122 MC left.
I mean, they're 2 MC a pop and they're uncommon. You can probably go down to, ye old post exchange or, just go into the back of the quartermaster and be like, listen, I make more money than you. How many bills do I need to give you to just give me all your fucking camo netting?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna, because I am the eternal tightwad, and I bought commerce for a fucking reason. I'm gonna negotiate.
Roll commerce.
Which is
how many rolls do you want to buy?
Skill.
Yes. Go you.
How many rolls do you want to buy total?
12.
Alright, so that's times 2, so that's normally 24 MC. Alright, we'll see how many you can shave off.
Let's see here. Roll 31, and metal, and I am your commanding officer. Well, I am a commanding officer.
You're higher ranked than the quartermaster, yes. Unfortunately for him.
So let's see here. Commerce is what? Charisma? Yeah. So that's plus 40. That gives 80. That is 40. Is success.
Alright, so you get it for hold on, what actually is? That's not a very round number. So we'll just call it an even 50 off, even though you only rolled 4 degrees of success, because I don't want to. You'd have to round anyway, so it only costs 12. You basically get him for 1 MC per roll.
Yeah. By the way, Marth, don't really concern yourself about keeping this. We are not dragging fucking camo netting into the goddamn water.
Okay. No, that would be bad. Yeah. As much as turning it into a ghillie suit would be fun, that's like the one thing you don't want to do, climbing into an active river. The river's not fast. Actually, that's a good point. I never did double check.
But
I wanted to ask how deep it was, and I don't think I ever got that for you.
But we're gonna fucking use this to stay hidden while we are on site. till we get to the water. So,
Okay.
Do you have camouflage, by the way?
I have the skill camouflage.
Booyah! All right.
I think it was. Let me see. What did I get it from? I think it was like Pathfinder.
Sounds like it. Sounds like a Pathfinder thing.
Just channel with depth.
No.
Okay, so
see
it's a
here.
variable.
Okay, so
It's a variable
Pathfinder
width and
gave me
depth.
survival and subterfuge. I think I bought camouflage.
Probably. Let's just roll with it.
Bought camouflage.
Alright, so that was the last thing. It's like I was thinking about that, like, yeah, we're just gonna be nearby, and I'm like,
For certain eventuality, certain possibilities.
yeah. As I said, I know I'm being a little bit paranoid, but as I said, I'm not in my fuck you armor, alright?
Yeah, I know. And I'm not really in any sort of armor.
Kill everything weapons. We're not in you can't touch us armor. We have to lead a bunch of guys into a river, plant bombs, and keep swimming. We gotta just keep swimming. What do? You swim.
And please no die.
Please no die.
All right, well,
Yes, so.
if that's all your acquisitions, everybody gets a good night of rest. You guys can go ahead and scratch off your fatigue if you hadn't already, because you've been able to rest enough hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your mission operation has got you departing landing sometime in the morning. So it's probably, let's see, how fast is a cargo plane? This is why I make stats. Plane. Transport plane. 160 kph. So actually, probably what you have to do is... Oh, wait, no, that's a heavy bomber. Transport plane. 300 kph. Okay, that's not bad. That's a couple hours. So, if you want to drop at about 0900, 1000, you probably got to get up about 0600.
That sounds fine.
So
That's
everybody
military.
gets up, has a light morning meal. So I'm assuming, because kind of, the way you set this up is,
Right, so it's been
because the flying rifles are mobile, they're probably going to fly separately because you can't all fit in the plane at once. And you're going to basically pack the whole of the recovery team here. You're going to take not quite half, but a decent chunk of them with you, all the technical guys, and the rest are going to remain up in the mountains.
Yep.
All right. You fly. This would be a great time for... Hold on, is there an ambient bomber noise?
All right. They have echo. Yeah.
Oh god, that's right.
Don't worry, that doesn't kick in yet.
Ulrich.
Just knock him out.
All right. Hopefully, me adding Foley isn't too... well, not Foley, but ambient sounds isn't too annoying for the audience. But,
I like.
let's see. What's a good one? Let's find some... Yeah, here we go. Here's a good... This is technically a bomber, but this works. Just, background engine's going. So it's... You, your companions, you're loaded up. And you're flying low, so nobody has to worry about air gear.
Oh yeah.
And
I want everyone double check your parachutes, double check your gear.
Everybody checks their shit. You're all suited up.
Yeah.
Everybody's they kind of feel your tension, so they're a little tense, but they're kind of excited. Ready to go, ready to do some stuff. And so
we're doing land, sea, and air. We're doing all three.
Yeah. Very comprehensive today. So you
jokes.
It's probably a little chilly up here, but everything's okay. There's some coffee that's brewed. Everybody's just waiting, and the co-pilot. The co-pilot leans out of the back. This is probably the same guys from your first drop, and he's like, "All right, instruments say we're over the target area." So, you're gonna...
Hatch.
Alright. Now, Ulrich needs to make a will test because of his fear of flying. Or fear of heights. What actually is your fear? Is it heights? Marth, what's your specific phobia?
Acrophobia, which I believe is fear of heights.
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
So yeah, I hear you. I got you. All right, so heights. Okay, then yes. If you want to go out that door, you got to roll that will test.
Okay, so yeah.
It's technically a will test, so I assume your commander is right there with the bonuses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, and I'm just gonna say, "We're gonna jump out of this plane."
Yeah. Okay.
That means he's gonna force you to jump out of the plane if you don't succeed on this roll. Oh, and also one more plot point while Martha's rolling that. Are you wearing your mobility units now?
No.
Okay. All right. You guys are probably a bit nippy then, because you're probably already dressed down.
Yep. It's cold. Let's get to the ground.
Okay. Let's see here. What did I roll on? What is that will thing?
So yeah,
Okay,
you're in your default. Your default.
Okay,
uniforms.
I succeeded.
All right, you can jump out of the plane. All right, everybody, give me a pilot test for parachute. You get a big bonus to this. Well, not a big bonus, but you get a bonus.
Yeah, we actually get a bonus from the
drop trained.
Yeah, because we're trained in this shit.
So you get
Yay!
plus 10. And I will roll 1 for your guys.
Right, let's see here.
I got the pick.
So let's see. They're
Me
each
too.
that, and they get a. This is definitely a skill test, so they get a plus 10 on this, and they're drop trained, so they get another plus 10.
Alright, plus 10 to.
That's a
pilot
49 out of 55. The squad makes it.
Oh yeah. All right, so I just gotta double check to make sure. Oh yeah, that's that bonus is for operating a mobility unit, which not. So I
Now,
got
you explicitly said you were not wearing your mobility unit right now.
Yep.
So this is just going to be
trained.
that.
I got. Remember, you got a +5 because you got the fucking distinguished service clause because you jumped out of a plane before. Ta-da!
Yes.
Well, that's only for the mobility unit.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh damn. Well, screw. Okay, no, we didn't get that. Heck. Oh well.
We still get the plus 10 from our aero unit.
Yeah, that is a good.
Yeah, you're
I
drop
rolled a
trained,
23.
and you also have. Both of you have pilot at this point, I believe. Actually, no, you have to, because that's also you're required to be trained. Hertadur.
So let's see. So agility. I rolled a 23. I think I make it with 2 degrees of success. Yes.
Okay. So what's the technical wording on parachute? But taking fall damage. Yeah. Okay. So you don't need to worry about getting hurt, but actually, yeah, let's roll scatter.
This is like
Scatter.
went off core.
Yeah, basically, you and the entire unit just textbook drop, but it seems like Ulrich still must be a little bit nervous because he's drifting off course a little bit. Here is what section is scatter under? Actually, I can probably just control F scatter. Where's the scatter diagram?
Scatter.
There it is. Notes about scatter. All right, roll a d10. That's a 10, so 10 o'clock. So that means he's gonna land a little bit north and a little bit
west.
Yeah, so Ulrich is a little bit northwest. Most of you do a textbook drop. He drops just over the ridge to your northwest and out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that brief moment of existential terror because you're not wearing your radios.
Mm-hmm.
But Ulrich, you're fine, obviously, because you're wearing a parachute
Yeah.
and you didn't critically fail or anything, so...
Yeah, plus I know where. Plus I saw. Wait, would I know where they've landed?
Well, I'm pretty
guess
sure
so.
you maintain visual until you hit the fucking tree line. So.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. There's, up here in the mountains, not a lot of trees.
Right.
No, you probably see us.
Yeah, you can see them until you, like I said, you dip down below the ridge. They're landing over the tip of it. You're not, but like I said, for the captain, it's a bit of an existential crisis because he can't see his man and he can't call you, but you know where they landed. You
okay.
can find your way back.
Yeah, I'll go find my way back.
All right.
We will sit tight then, because
Right.
I trust Ulrich not to get lost. Not to get lost.
Yeah. So it probably takes him another 5 to 10 minutes of scrabbling down the hill.
Okay, cool.
But he regroups with you. By this point, the recovery unit have packed up everybody's parachutes. They've rolled out a desert tan tent to kind of like prop up, get some shade. They've got their recovery supplies ready, so they've got some food. They've probably got a camp stove or something, so there's no like charcoal smoke or anything set up so that they can prep food if they need to. They've got bottles of water ready, and yeah, now you just wait.
Yep, we chill.
So actually, this is since you guys are already just broken down in uniform and battle dress, and you're all wearing the tropical setup, so you got like, shorter bottoms and sleeves. The captain's got his peaked cap on. Here's a very important question for the art design of our game, which is, Wolfgang, your companion, does she wear riding trousers or skirt version?
Oh shit.
Because female mages do get to pick which variant of the uniform they wear.
I feel she's a skirt kind of girl.
All right. Okay, so everything passes. You guys can eat a normal luncheon meal.
Sweet.
I mean, it's probably still like MRE type food, but it's not your survival rations. It's like prepackaged food. They pop the tin, they cook it on the stove. You got some packaged sausage, some biscuits or something.
Heart attack, motherfuckers.
The plane had a lot of cargo room, so if you didn't stop them, the recovery team probably brought a couple extra things, unpacked. Like, they got an ice box, just in case. Like I said, they got a camp stove and some spare fuel.
I'm not going to be able to take all this stuff. I'm going to have to send a detachment later to come and pick up this shit.
Oh, no, you guys all have your mobility units. They're just you're not using them right now. Because remember, your plan is to meet back up with these guys because they've got your thermal blankets rolled out, and they're going to pull you out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you brought the whole team with you.
It's just that the team that is going with them, we're separate. This is where we're separating.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
this is basically your base camp. You're going to hide up in the mountains for like 12 hours.
Cool.
So basically, you wait most of the day. You have your food. You shoot the breeze. You probably have a small sentry rotation.
Make sure that the night team, the go team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to say you probably do a siesta rotation. Basically, everybody catches a few hours of sleep. Nobody plays the violin or anything stupid, and you just wait. And so let's see. Does anything happen while ye are waiting? By the way, if you want to do any role-playing, this is a perfect time. You're literally sitting around for hours, killing time.
Let's see here. As my companion probably stays close to me. Let's see here, but as I said, you don't need no words. She will fucking fuck me up if I'm to whatever. Let's see here. Did we bring a map? I want to assume that we brought a map.
Yeah, you have enough default gear to do whatchamacallits, the stuff, the navigation and whatnot, because you're gonna have to navigate over land, so.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna, set out the map again. Go over shit again. I'm gonna call over, because, as I said, you're gonna be a point man on the second one. So I'm gonna say, make sure that, it's like, I'm gonna, impress upon you how timely things need to be fucking be. I'm trying to... The plan has a little bit of time of wiggle room, but this is very much synchronized watches. With the ritual, as I said, even if we get enough mana into the spell to get it on the first try, we're gonna keep pumping mana into it until they get extra time pass, because we don't want the fog to appear before the air rifles land their bombing run. We want maximum effect for minimum effort.
All right.
That is your mission parameters, yes.
as I say, even if like in the first row we get like fucking 8 successes, it's like no, we're gonna keep going until we get the full 10, and then there's just gonna be a fuck ton of fog here for a while. Like, I'm okay with that. Once we leave, like, that'll cover our escape, and that'll slow confusion in the ranks. And I said, honestly, once the bombing run is done, we should be in and out in less than an hour. Should be. It's walking over land, getting into, equipping our water gear, getting into water, swimming up a little bit, planting bombs. Then we'll time the explosions to go off together, and we'll make our way up underwater, past the patrol boats, past the water fences, and are backing around and up into the mountains, where the recovery team will be waiting. Ulrich, do you have any?
None at this moment. Seems straightforward.
I know it's complicated but straightforward. Like I said, there's a lot of checkboxes to this plan, but also it's also the least risky to us. I mean, of course, we could just come over the fucking hills with guns. Then we have to take the pillboxes, the watchtowers, what millions, mine the camp in the north. And all the collateral damage it can have from us just being us.
Yep.
Underwater combat isn't necessarily our forte, but we'll make do. As I said, I think High Command is getting the impression that we are, Wolfgang will let the words do over from it, unconventional. And I think they're starting to trust that upon the good major. I think she's probably getting annoyed by how we decide to do things, but it gets results, gets us paid, and it keeps a lot of our people alive, which is definitely not something to complain about. It is paramount. I am relaying this to everybody. If things go south, we are not to engage. We are not in armors. We do not carry most of our weapons, and there's going to be a lot of guys. And if they are if they are armed with wrenches and blowtorches, those will still hurt. So, especially those on the night team, as I said, if we are made for any reason, stick to the water, make your way up to the recovery points, and hold. After a certain point, if mission has been blown, we will evac as is, leaving anyone who did not make it. As much as I would like to say no man gets left behind, I would not like to jeopardize the entire unit, or because we decided to wait on somebody. In the event that you are captured, as I said, offer you to surrender. As I said, unfortunately, I don't know if these conflict types are gentlemanly enough to accept it. That'll be on your own discretion. But if you see an opportunity to escape, take so immediately. As I said, every single one of you is precious, and I don't want any one of you falling into the enemy's hand.
Ulrich just salutes.
Very good, man.
All right, so yeah, no, they take this kind of, everybody nods. Your words are impressed upon them.
Mm-hmm. We are proud and disciplined soldiers of the stalled empire. Yeah. As I said, 9 times out of 10, we will rout the enemy and make their victories, but I will not like to make chances that this will be that 1 out of 10 opportunity.
All right. So most of your guys in the recovery team would be, let's see, what kind of spells do people have? So you're bringing technical guys.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably going to be metal mages or fire mages. So, by default, everybody's usually carrying repeating rifles. I figure you want them to leave that here. So,
sidearms and knives. I'm special. You can bring this. Marth, you can bring your machete.
Okay. Well, funnily enough, most mages have special melee weapons. So, like some of your guys are packing like woodsman's axes and stuff, in their back pockets.
It's totally fucking metal.
But most of them have pistols or heavy pistols as sidearms. So they will strip to sidearm as the emergency gun, and they will carry melee. Either bayonets, or if they have them, or some of them have some alternate stuff. All right.
All right, I'll talk a bit about I'll walk around the camp, talking with the recovery team, making sure that everything's okay. There are no issues with the equipment. That we know, like everyone's gonna be.
Nope. Gears checked. Rebreathers are in order. Everybody's got blankets ready. They got the food ready. You're on the position you wanted.
Yep.
And I am just thinking how much of an asshole I want to be to you.
Don't.
It's okay. I won't be mean. I have some random event tables I've tried out, but most of them don't make a lot of sense, so I'm gonna... I'll tell you right now, just from trying to softly roll, I rolled a lot of 10s, which for Battlefield Random Condition is wrong location. I'm like, no, let's not do that. I made a map. That'd be bad. Let's not do that. That's just gonna piss everybody off, me included. So I'll think of something appropriate, but we'll work on this. All right. So here's the very important question: what clock time did you tell the flying rifles to do their run? Because you don't get to talk to them. What time did you tell them before you left? At this hour, do it.
2100.
2100. Okay. So, and everybody synchronized watches before you left. So,
yep.
All right. So, under normal circumstances, your guys have, an average agility of about 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're a handful of clicks up from the target, so you're gonna need at least an hour of walking time. About half that if you want to use your, did you buy double time? What was that?
Yes, I did buy.
Okay. If you make that test, you can double their speed without needing to make them tired, and you can do it in about a half hour. So
let's do that now.
Okay.
Everyone dress up. Everyone put on your fucking camo netting.
Yeah. All right. So everybody ghillies up. You've got your rebreathers slung over your chest, masked down, but tanks ready, not valved. I'm assuming you're gonna sling your longsword over your shoulder rather than wear it on your hip.
Yep.
Everybody's got like I said, they got a flare in a back pocket or a pouch. Everybody's carrying a satchel charge on their hip. And you roll command for that, I think. What's up? You roll awful.
21.
Okay, no, you rolled good. All right. Yep. Everybody doubles their speed, so you can do this in half an hour. So, here's another very important question: what time do you leave? Because the sooner you arrive, the longer you're sitting on target, but the less time you have, the less wiggle room you have if you fuck it up.
Yep.
I would have probably would have tried to put it pretty on close, so I probably would have left at least an hour to an hour and a half. Let's an hour and a half.
All right. So 1930.
Yeah.
All right.
We pack up. Everyone sends engine grease on.
Here is now the soundtrack. Everybody, please do this. This will be on the recording, as this is now your ambient sound. The mission clock is running.
Oh God!
Bust out your Hans Zimmer soundtrack, boys. All right, now comes probably one of the most important roles of the night. Somebody needs to make me a navigation roll, and it really should be Ulrich because he literally has a thing for this.
Yeah, Pathfinder.
Ulrich.
This is your not fuck up and get lost in the mountains roll.
Okay. Time to roll then. I guess the corpsman can help.
If he's trained in navigation, he can assist, yes.
Yeah, he has navigation. Okay, time to roll. Let's see here. What is my do not get lost roll? Okay, so that's normally 36 by a Pathfinder, so that's plus 10, so it's 46, not a plus 10. You roll under 56.
And obviously, new session, everybody has their luck and stuff.
Fucking ticking in the silence gets me.
I know, I love it, right? It's really good. Hopefully, let's see. How big is this ticking? We might not have to... I might have to do some manual sounds trimming. Ooh! Alright, you are on time. You can't necessarily go any faster because you're already double timing, so you're already pushing as fast. But you make your route on time. It takes you about a half hour. You are on site, and you've got about an hour left as you arrive on the north edge of the TAC map. This is probably a good time to refer back to that.
All right.
So, you guys are in some vineyards in the north-ish. So what you can see is you can see lights of the watchtowers. And actually, I should... That's the thing I can roll, is because you waited all day, the weather might have changed, so... Let us see what the weather is like right now. Because it might not be cloudy again, who knows? It's a percentile roll. Alright. 17. It is still cloudy.
Okay.
So, you don't need to worry about a lot of ambient moonlight. God knows what the fuck the moon phase is right now, but it's fairly low light. You can pick out the watchtowers do have spotlights just pointing at the ground. They're not really moving them around, but they're on. And so... Go ahead.
Alright, we're going to start moving towards the targets. We're going to head for the woodlands that are adjacent to the river. We'll do technical movement, so everyone get low, move slow.
Okay.
Alright. Everybody roll me athletics. I will roll one for the unit. So, they get a plus 10 to this, because you're tactical moving.
Rolling like fire today. I like these dice. I'm
no.
going to keep using these dice.
Oh. That's real bad. Oh.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, we'll deal with that. What did you guys roll, first of all?
Bonuses to athletics? No. But don't we get a bonus because we're wearing battle dress?
No, that's to active defense.
Oh, active defense. That's what
Your base movement is increased right now by 1, so you're speedier. But
oh, that's what it was. Okay, then
Tick.
Damn it, Wolfgang. Why do you have so many pages of characters? Okay. So I got 1 degree of success.
All right, you are quiet.
Okay.
Like fire.
You got there 2 degrees of success. Okay. Everybody is perfectly silent, except as you're moving, it's dark. It's hard to see. Normally that'd be a plus, but you're going down a slight slope through some vineyards. Some asshole leaves a rake or some shears or a bucket or something. The troops rolled double-aught. That's 100. That's a critical failure. Somebody trips over something, one of your soldiers, and he just goes clonk, clonk, down the hill. Crashes through like 3 or 4 rows of grapevines. You know, grapes fly, half-grown grapes fly everywhere. And they tumble to a stop a couple of meters down the hill, and they don't move right away. Immediately, you see that, that watchtower in the upper right corner there? Immediately, I'm imagining you guys are kind of just north of your purple mark, Lucky. You're kind of in that field just north of that.
Yeah.
That watchtower spotlight immediately starts snapping your direction. Just... And you have a man down, not moving. Probably, I want to say, 5 or 6 meters they rolled down a hill.
I flash signs for go the fuck prone.
Okay. Everybody roll me camouflage. You get a plus 20 for this because of your suits. And another plus... We'll call it... Oh, no. They're using a searchlight. No plus for darkness. They're going to point the light right at you.
So...
Camouflage plus 20 for
bonus?
netting.
Okay, so 20 for netting.
What are your guys' int like? Probably pretty good. Majors are smarty pantses.
Camouflage 46. That is.
I am super glad I thought of camouflage for the last 15 minutes. It's probably because I did the fucking mission in Modern Warfare with the ghillie suit.
Yeah.
And you
Smart.
literally have that moment where you're the field of soldiers just literally walking like.
Yes.
It's like
I died so many times on that. I had to, like I said, just crawl up Macmillan's asshole and just hide there. Because they don't step on him, so walk where he walks. All right. Holy shit. I suppose I should roll for the enemies, but your team actually passes with 0 degrees of success because you're experienced. They're really good at this stuff.
Let's see here. I got 3 degrees of success.
All right, you are the knight. All right, there's no way these guys have 66 perception. So, the sign pivots. Roll me awareness. This is hearing based, if it matters.
Can I throw up my command for awareness real quick?
Would you have I'll ask you this retroactively. Be honest with me. Would you have issued that before telling them to go prone? Because
no, not before going prone.
All right, then no. This is just that you're still lying prone. The searchlight's still wandering around. You don't have enough time to throw out an order.
It's in awareness.
Yes. Oh wait.
Okay.
Yes.
Awareness.
I rolled a 93, so I'm gonna spend some fucking luck.
Okay, so that's 10.
That's better. Do I have any bonus for awareness? I don't think so. No.
Okay, so that's 3 degrees of success. How you doing, Captain?
Perception, that's what it is. 0 degrees of success.
Okay. With 0 degrees, you faintly hear, you can't hardly hear anything over the gentle ticking of your wristwatch and the thump thump of your heart. Ulrich, though, is a little bit more aware. You kind of in the distance hear one of the 2 guys on the watchtower say, "Hey, do you see this thing down there?" And they kind of notice the trail of smashed bushes and some animal probably just knocked over something. We'll check it out in the morning. I don't see anything. And the searchlight pivots away.
Prone, I'm gonna crawl over to my fallen man.
Okay. We'll say it's he. He is conscious. He's deliberately not moving. His breathing sounds a little shallow.
Mm-hmm.
He's about halfway to a very ungentlemanly scream when you appear out of the shadows, but he manages to hold it in. Because, you're fucking invisible right now.
Yep. I'll be okay.
He took, let's see, how much HP do these guys have? Actually, it's a very good question. How much is falling? I think it's 1d10 divided by 2. So he only took a couple points of damage.
Well,
so
remember, we're drop trained, so we take we get +20 on athletic to.
Yeah, he stumbled. He did not get a chance to break fall.
Oh, okay. Critical failure. It is the worst thing.
Yeah. Technically, because this was a group roll for them, I was being really generous, and only one of them grossly fucked up. But I was focused more on the not being silent than anything else. So, but it's I think for less than 10 meters. Is it less than 10? Where's my own fucking rules? Someday I will remember things. Where's environments? Environmental hazards. There we go. Falling.
I dedicated extra time.
Character. Okay, for each 5 meters. All right, so he takes 5. But he's got some toughness, so he's only looking at probably 2 or 3 wounds. So, he's just scraped and bruised, but not seriously injured. He didn't break an ankle or anything, thank God.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But all right. You wasted probably an extra 10 minutes on this.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got about 50 minutes left.
All right. Let's keep moving to the woods. Tactical movements, and this time I'm going to throw up on alert.
All right. Eyes up, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Attack move.
All right. So you hustle into the woods, the first set of woods. There's a shallow, extension of the river. You gently sploosh through, and you arrive at the point, which is marked ritual on your map.
Yep. Now, we wait.
Well, okay. How long are you waiting?
Until about 10, before the fucking bombing run's supposed to happen.
Okay. Everybody roll me awareness again.
Okay. Plus 10. Oh, right. I think I'm wearing the flying goggles.
If you want to be wearing your flying goggles for your bonus, you can be.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You're gonna have to put them off your head to put your rebreather on, but for now you can be wearing them.
Yeah, I know.
13. Perception of awareness. That is a success, I believe. Yep. 2 degrees on my awareness test.
2 degrees. All right, let's see how well Ulrich rolls. Also 2 degrees. Neat. So okay, in the distance, you guys are camped out. Actually, here's a good. You're waiting like a good, 40, 30 or 40 minutes. Are you doing any prep work beforehand?
Yeah, we're gonna get the array set up.
All right, you get your array set up. Are you just like etching in the dirt? Are you gonna like try and chalk this down because you're in the middle of the woods? So
yeah, we're gonna like clear out a space, make it smooth, and then we're like.
All right. So in that case, in addition to this awareness attack, somebody, probably Ulrich, give me a survival test to prep the site, so you don't take penalties for a shitty array, like some kind of shitty array haver.
Okay, so that won't be.
I think you also, because I think your Pathfinder bonus is navigation and survival in enemy territory.
But I think it's on. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just double checking. On survival test to set up camp or forage for supplies, so this doesn't count.
All right, no, okay. All right, so it's just navigation in enemy territory. All right.
Okay, survival.
Are you using your machete?
Yes.
Then I believe you get a +5 to this.
Okay, so that's going to be at least a 41 now to roll under. 29.
I shouldn't also tick because I know that the audio is ticking right now. Audience, you'll have to let me know how you feel about the ticking sound.
I have it low enough that it's constantly present, and if I let my memoir, it's just like, guess what, time's ticking. I'm like, no!
Yeah. I mean, it makes me super aware of long pauses, but we'll see if the audio editing like edits them out or not. But okay, 1 DOS. Yes, so you correctly set it up. So you probably spend 20 or 30 of your 40 minutes you need to wait, clearing the ground, chalking in, setting up the array, getting everybody in a position. Because you want to use, what is it, prime numbers? Is that my dumb magic rule? Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be maximum 11 people?
Yeah.
We have 12. Right.
Yes. Yeah. You have 12 people. 2 PCs, 2 companions, and 8 NPCs with satchel charges. So you're standing in position waiting around, and in the distance, you guys hear just some guys walking in the woods humming.
Alright. Let's go prone. And I'm on someone to call fucking alert and see if we can actually locate these guys.
I mean, you guys already rolled for it, so with a couple of degrees of success, you know that he's off to your east.
Like, how many guys? Is it just one guy?
No, it's just one guy in the woods.
Just one guy.
Singing to himself. If you look... Oh, well, definitely Ulrich, because he's got his sensory boost. If you look that direction, you see maybe a tiny light and some vague embers like he's having a smoke. And he's, like I said, over to your east somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, before the bombing run begins?
You've got... Well, you said you were going to wait till about... You're going to get started 10 minutes before?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got about... let's not be rude. You got like 15 to 10 minutes left.
Okay.
15. Okay.
I'm gonna skip on this guy.
Okay.
Then let's have to sprint him.
All right. Roll to
that.
move silent. This will be opposed. Oh no, this poor son of a bitch. That's the second 100 I've rolled tonight.
You trips over backwards on your sword.
No.
No, I'm gonna make this awful for
But
the captain, man. How well did you roll anything?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 18 on dice.
All right. You ninja right up behind this guy. He's having a smoke and humming to himself. He's having a little piss in the woods, and he just doesn't hear you at all.
I cut him.
Okay. You get a plus 20 or 30 for an unaware target. I don't know.
Let's see here.
A number.
Math. All right, so before 5, he's unaware. How much was the bonus for our target?
20.
20. I think I get a plus 10 just because I'm awesome at swords. Oh yeah, it's because of my masterwork sword. Bumps me up to. I'm on the wrong tab.
By the way, this would actually be a time that grappling would be really good, but...
Let's see. So... Yeah, masterwork weapon. Saber doesn't do anything because it's just... The 3 degrees of success.
Alright, well, like I said, he doesn't know up from down right now. He's busy.
And I guess I cut him. And I'll do some crit damage on that too. But let me roll some damage here.
Roll regular damage first.
Precast temper on my weapon.
Yeah.
That's this kind of bullshit. So it is 10 plus 10. Armor piercing 8.
So what was that damage total? You cut out a little bit.
Oh, I was just saying what damage on my sword. Oh, I rolled a 10.
That's critical damage, even more, assuming he's not dead.
Yeah, he just takes the 20 points of damage, AP, armor piercing 8.
All right, yeah, you just do the class. Well, I don't know. You tell me. You way killed him. So what are you doing?
I do the classic. I come up behind him, right on his back, cover, get my sword, go back, get up, get right him, cover his mouth, and just a sword through the chest.
Right. His blood spurts out. You take your sword out. He just drops to the ground dead.
Mm-hmm.
You got him. You stabbed him in something important, and he flops over dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll
Time to
take
do
that
some
moment.
ritualizing.
Yep.
Hey, a bunch of blood. Oh wait, we're probably not gonna need it.
I mean, you do got a lot of blood. You know that technically that's frowned upon, though.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute.
This is the dead body.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not in your
Yeah,
ritual space.
body.
He was kind of off to the side.
Yeah.
So,
No.
here's something very important you learn as you prep for ritual casting. There's a very high density of ether in this area, so you get a plus 10 on all spell casting rolls and all your ritual magic rolls. But
Okay.
don't roll magic mishap. That would be bad
Oh god.
right now.
Okay. I have a rise. The one.
Well, I'm gonna be the one leading the rituals, though. All you gotta do is funnel that mana
Right.
into it.
I think it's the
Yeah,
one who
so-
has the highest. Then you take on the high spell crapping roll. Whoever's in the circle.
What is your will?
I will
Complexity is 8.
craft a plus 10.
You have spellcraft plus 10. My will is 40. I just have regular
So
spellcraft.
hold on, I'm gonna double check. So you got the array. That's
Yeah.
good.
Then another +10 from the that thing.
Okay, we'll count your successful survival for that. Okay, so you prepped components by searching for them. So, ritual itself, prepared, begins with contagions. The mage makes 1 or more spellcraft rolls. Each spellcraft roll takes 5 minutes. Continue rolling. So to help, okay, so you got your bonus. Oh, actually, technically, this is a place of power, so that's a +20.
Oh God, this power? What?
Yeah, there's the ether is dense here. Place of power is ley line, nexus, or other important location. So ether's pretty big here. Your components and stuff are definitely not high quality. So for help, 1 additional mages always use prize numbers. Use the highest present mage's will as basis for spellcraft rolls.
Okay.
And then the spellcrafting rolls are done at +10 for the teamwork total, so you're at +30. And each additional mage counts as a temporary point of luck for the ritual. This luck can only be spent, not burned. So you have...
Yeah, that's a lot of luck.
Yeah.
But, Ulrich, what's your will?
My will is 42.
Oh, you beat me by 2 points.
Okay, so you would use his will, but you're training.
Yeah.
And you get +10 for teamwork. You have 11 temporary points of luck because it's the additional number of mages is always prime numbers, so...
40, 50, 72.
Actually, I can just sit this technically.
You could.
Yeah, you could just let
Literally
Ulrich roll.
Yeah.
You don't have any
Well, I mean, there's 12 of
spells.
us, and that really means that one of us is
You're gonna have to sit out anyways. So.
No. Additional mages, and it says always use prime numbers, so that's perfect, because one of you has to cast it, and then you have 11 helpers.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I get it. Perfect.
Okay.
No mage left behind.
So who's gonna roll this?
Tick, 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 tick. Who's actually doing the rolling? You guys have a lot of fucking bonuses, so don't know.
Yeah, that's +30.
Yeah. Place of power and teamwork. Plus, like I said, you've got 11 bonus points of luck, which can only be spent, not burned. Which is pretty good, because I think theoretically if you roll like a crit, you might get enough DOS to do this in 5 minutes, or you might not.
I said we're gonna need minimum 9.
No, 8.
Because at least one. Yeah, we at least want 1 hour of fog.
It would cast. What you call it? What I'm saying? It would it at 0 DOS it lasts a minimum of 1 hour. All right, well, I know. I mean, you got the highest will and spellcraft, Ulrich, so
yeah,
you might as well go ahead and roll.
guess
And remember,
I'll
your actual spellcrafting training counts.
Right.
So it's actually an 82, I think.
10. Yeah. Didn't know it was gonna.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
All any usual modifiers for spellcraft count. If you had your familiars, but you don't because they glow, that would count too. But not right now. So. Now I just vamp into the darkness while somebody types, and the clock continues ticking.
Ah! Internal screaming.
And you only had one skinned knee. Alright, that's 6. So you're not done yet. 5 minutes go by. The ether's gathering. Stuff's flowing. Roll them again.
Well. Let's go again. It's like
this is the really critical one, because
yeah,
Right, because there's 6 in here already.
well, there's that, but also if you don't get your full degrees that you need, your
Gonna be late.
your timing's gonna go off. You're gonna be stuck in the woods for 5 minutes.
while like all hell breaks loose on the camps.
This is also assuming your team hits the target. Because they haven't even done that yet. Ooh! Almost a crit, but that's 7. That's 7 on that one, so that's... What? 5 over?
Yeah.
So that's 5 hours of fog.
Things like, what we need to reach was like 10?
No, 8.
Or
No,
was it
It's complexity 8.
Okay.
So
So,
so
5
you get...
over.
Yeah, 5 over. So 5 hours of fog. That's pretty good. Alright, you're ready to cast. You're waiting for the time. Let's see. Are you guys gonna do it right? So let's see. Scroll up. Oh, I don't have to scroll. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's see if these guys are on target. You guys are busy ritual casting, so you can't really make awareness checks right now. But if you could, you'd be rolling out, trying to get some stuff. So let's see. What do we do for this warfare ranged? They're just trying to do a saturation, so they can probably get like a large target bonus out of this. So let's see. Is there any additional? Let's just do an attack roll. I don't want to futz around too long. That is a 44 out of 45.
Oh.
So yes, they succeed. All right. So you guys are minding your own business. You're holding the spell, or leading your low ritual chanting or dancing or whatever the flip you're doing right now.
It's just chanting.
Your cups of, you've got a big cup of, tub of water or something that you use your ritual components that's like slowly dissolving into mist. And in the distance, I'm going to stop the clock ticking sound now. In the distance you hear, and just over in the distance then, and so basically on target, in that direction you scout, they start bombing and just boom, 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 boom. They fly over. A whole platoon's worth of guys fly over. You can probably see the faint outlines of their, Ethereum cores or whatever glowing, or the display lights as they rip by, and just boom, 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 boom. The whole hill behind you just erupts into fire. In the brief couple of seconds you have before you guys let this ritual go, and everything is covered in a shitload of fog, you would say that they had pretty good effect on target. You see some secondary explosions go up, Immediately, those watchtowers, snap those lights up. You start seeing a couple tracers go up into the dark. I assume, though, that you're gonna fire up that ritual now.
Yep.
All right. The ritual array you're standing over just erupts into a column of fog, like a couple dozen meters high, and just out like a big wave. You officially can't see shit now, because it's like pitch dark and foggy.
All right.
So this is probably the equivalent of like total concealment minus 30.
God.
Right.
Because it's just like, you're talking like, it's you wanted fog, so this is full blown like whiteout fog, and it's already dark and cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
In the distance you can maybe see the light of the fires where the camp was, and like vaguely where those watchtowers are, but those guys had to have like shit for visibility. In the distance you can hear, kind of echoing weirdly around this fog you've summoned. Just running, shouting, "Give me a bucket brigade!"
All right, hopefully
I can't see shit! Where the fuck is the river?
Well, we know exactly where the river is. It is due south of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thankfully, guess what our fucking watches have? Compasses.
Yes, exactly. So you orient and just go due south until you can hear the gentle sounds of the river.
Yep.
All right.
Like I said, off in the distance, you can hear guys running around, like people are yelling, like, "Bring me more lights!" Are there any mages who can clear up this damned fog, this bloody fog? Like people are shouting at the top of their lungs because they can't see shit. And your guys are long gone. They peeled out of here like nobody. Let's see. Actually, I can roll pilot for them. Yeah, it probably wasn't the cleanest escape, but the fog cover is like, no, as far as you can tell, nobody got shot or anything on their way out. Because your timing was crackerjack. And so,
Alright,
nobody can hear Dick or see Dick. You can hear plenty.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably screaming a lot, so I think we might be okay for a little bit.
Yeah. No, like I said,
Yeah.
they're in full-blown damage control. They're pretty sure something weird happened with the fog like immediately after, but they're not planning on like ground crews. Like somebody probably yells, "Check, did they hit the boats?" No, the boats are still there. I've done like 5 different British accents. And I'm not going to do a South African accent. No. I'm not even going to bother.
All right,
There's
but let's
nobody
make our way
around to
south.
shout fucking prawns.
Or we're in lead. No, we only got to walk in a certain direction, but you the man for this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna be that much of an asshole. You don't have to roll to walk in a straight line slowly. You said, you find the river, you're at the point marked setup.
Yep.
Okay, so
And this is the point where we're gonna ditch our ghillie suits.
Alright, you ditch the suits. Rebreathers on, swim fins on.
Mm-hmm.
set the swim fins on, rebreather, take off the
Yep. And we're gonna
extraneous stuff.
then we're gonna be a little bit slower because we're still over land, but we're gonna go across the island and into the water.
Alright, and you
Okay.
slip into the water. It's still foggy as balls. Alright, okay. So, you're gonna split up now. So,
So this is where we're gonna split up.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's not do. It's pretty simple for you guys to fit. Like worst comes to worst, you will swim slowly until like, is this a boat hull?
Yeah.
So instead, give me athletics tests to just see how quickly you swim.
Okay.
Take your
Hey.
minus 30 penalty for it being pitch dark, but take plus 10 for your swim fins.
Okay.
Motherfucking rolled a
Plus
1.
Ooh, that's max degrees of success. So are you team 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Athletics.
So each team has 2
Thank
spare
you.
satchel charges if you need them. At the moment, anyway.
So we got the plus 10 for the swim pins. What was the penalty again?
Minus 30 for it being pitch dark. This is basically how fast you can swim. So if you roll, it being dark means you swim slower. Yes.
But I'm leading because we put fucking night vision, enchanted the respirators with night vision.
So yeah, you get to cancel some of those penalties.
Yeah.
I think it is for night vision. Let me double check that. Because it's total darkness, and
Yeah.
I think it only halves it. Let me double check that.
Night vision. Great boost. Remove all penalties for low light and half penalties for pitch blackness.
Yeah, we were totally in
No.
pitch blackness right now.
All right, so that's basically a minus 5 because you have a plus 10 from swim fins.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see here. So, breeze. I think this only still gives me like a 2.
Okay,
2
so
was a success.
hey, so we have to account the minus to this athletics.
Yeah, you count your minus because it's dark. That makes you swim slower. Blah.
Yeah.
So that's going to still be 1 BOS.
All right. And how'd you do, Wolfgang?
2 DOS.
Okay. Even on a crit success? Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are not going back to the swim team back at Academy.
No.
No.
But you succeed, so
Like,
you're not overly slow. You don't waste any additional time on your rebreathers because obviously the moment you turn the dials and spin those knobs and your scrubber starts going, that's a chemical reaction. You don't turn that off. So, that's
we're air mages. We're not sub mages.
that's recycling your oxygen. And so it probably takes you about it takes team 2 longer because you have longer to swim. But you rolled better, so it takes you about somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes to reach your targets. You can find the basically the posts of the dock or the pontoons of the docks where they've just built little pontoon docks, and you can find the boat hulls.
All right.
So now I'm going to roll demolitions twice for both teams, and you guys have to hope and pray.
Okay.
And I got a plus 10 to this because they're experienced. That's a really good pick you guys did. Okay. Okay. All right. So, all the charges are set. They are, I'm not gonna, there's no roll to make them all click to the same detonator. They already accomplished that, like, in the 12 hours you had, or 10 hours or whatever. So, they're all synced up, so they, I was gonna mention this detail earlier, but, yeah, they all brought surgical tape, and they just skirt underwater, tape those satchel charges to the bottom hull. Because I assume you don't want to climb out of the water at all, right?
Nope.
Okay, then yes, they future past tape the bombs to the hulls, and you remate back up at your points. You know, you're at your points. You're not rallied together, but
we don't have that much length in our fucking cord. I mean,
I assume you went wireless, but do you want to do wired? That'll be a little trickier, but if you get like 30 meters of range on a wireless detonator.
All right, let's go with just wireless then.
Okay. All right.
If you stay up too soon, I'll do that.
You are. So I'm looking at your plan. You guys aren't actually going to rally up until you try and set off the bombs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So completely actually, no. I'll PM this to you because you're separate. There should be a break of information.
Okay.
So let's see. Here's Lucky and Chance.
That's me.
And then to Marth.
Shit.
So, I think the spirit of the thing would be for you to PM me back, but that makes a really shitty radio. So, what are you guys doing? I will say for free, both of you notice there is a conspicuous lack of explosions in the night.
Do wireless listeners don't work on water?
I mean, technically the water inhibits radio, but I think that's more salt water than fresh. Like, I mean, do you have mechanics or demolitions?
No.
Okay, so you have no idea if the detonator is working. They say the detonator works. Maybe it's on the wrong frequency. Maybe they're not set right.
I think we're gonna need we're gonna need to fucking talk. We're gonna need to surface.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell my team to surface.
All right. You spent like 10 minutes doing this, so it's foggy as I'll get out.
Yeah.
Well, those guys surface. Ulrich, what are you doing?
Let's see here. So I'm with my...
Yeah, you are with your team. You've got your companion, and 4 guys.
Right. Okay, so we're at the same sort of target spot, or we're in different targets?
You're in a different. If you looked at Lucky's map, you guys would be at 1, I think, and they're back at 2 for demo. So they're probably a good.
Okay, I think I see it.
Probably a good 50 meters or more up the river.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. I'll just go for. Tell them I see surface just to double check.
All right. Okay. Everybody check and recheck the detonators. Just I don't know what happened. By the way, there's a little less yelling when you break surface. You still can't see anything. It's foggy as hell.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
you can confirm with.
Vaguely, you can vaguely hear people moving. You might hear some distant splashing, but nobody's swimming in the river. It sure sounds like they're excited out there still.
Okay. Well, we still got some time. Confirmed with the detonators. What did they go off?
Could be a couple of things. Maybe the detonator's not set right. We could have got if somebody's frequency got bumped or something in the night. While we were jogging around, could be wrong. We have to go back up there and check. Or maybe you got to check because you're the only one who can see.
All right, I guess I'll go check. Fuck. Spread her back on.
I'll go check.
All right, you're gonna do a similar conversation.
Yeah, I'll just what the heck?
I have them instructing me what to do.
All right, so you both swim to the closest boat, just for the sake of argument. You're in there. It's dark, but you can kind of like through this eerie, like bluish white, back glow of your night vision, you can kind of see.
Bring up my wristwatch to that shit.
Yeah, make me awareness or investigation tests.
Yeah, investigation.
You have -10 if you do awareness because of the rebreather.
Yeah, I'll do.
Investigation, thank God.
Right.
Alright, so
I'll do investigation.
I got 16. My end is 40 something. That's 2 degrees of success.
Okay. Captain Wolfgang, after studying this for maybe another 5 minutes, just quietly breathing to yourself, you come to the conclusion that based on what they told you, that first theory was right. It looks like you're peering up at the detonators to this thing. It looks like the frequency for the wireless wasn't quite set right. Now the thing is, you don't have any demo training, and you don't have radios, so you could try and fiddle with this with yourself, but you're not necessarily going to make this any more successful. Or you need to grab your guys and basically double check the demo, and do a second run.
Let's do a second run.
Ulrich, you come to the same conclusion with your Maxim. Yeah. You get up there, you eyeball it. You're like, okay, the detonator must have got jostled. The bombs aren't set right.
Yeah, I'll just.
So you spend another 10 minutes swimming. They're gonna roll demo again. Okay, that's for group 1, group 2. Okay, are you gonna go all the way, rally back to your det points before you pull the trigger again?
Well, I didn't hear his go boom, though. Fuck, I don't know. Like, we're out of communication, so we can't time it. So basically, once we get to once we get back to our det point, we're gonna detonate them immediately.
All right.
Off clock. So.
Okay. Satchel. No, I'm looking at the wrong document. Satchel charge. What's their damage?
And we need telepathy.
That would have helped. Oh, actually, you have like 50 meters of range over via radio. It's actually longer without wires. It's just, wheelier. Where's my damage for that?
Yeah.
Dear scrolling. Actually, Control F me to the thing, please. Thank you. Okay, so this is normally 2d10 plus 5, but it's a blast, so it's 4d10 plus 10. And they're anti-material, so they don't need to worry about the pierce. So I'm gonna roll all 1 damage. Or should I roll damage? Actually, no, it makes more sense to roll damage 4 to individual times. That's right. For each boat.
Okay.
So that's 9, 9, 9, and 3. So that's what's 3 times 9?
3 times 9 is 27.
So that's 30 plus 10. So that's 40. I think that's enough. See, this is about to get real awkward because I'm going to spoil this. Wolfgang, your demo team rolled an 81 after they rolled an 82. They're not that good. So your bombs aren't going off yet.
Damn it.
This is a little rough. I might have to think about better solutions to people doing stuff without skill.
Yeah,
but hey, this is what happens. You don't have the stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the vehicle list.
And this is
that's Wolfgang's team. So your team, yes, they got 30. So that sinks. Actually, it needs to make a toughness test to see if it's completely destroyed or just disabled. So, all right. So I'm gonna roll some damage. You guys think to yourselves about how you're gonna get yourselves out of this mess. Duke boys. Ooh, that's a shitty damage roll. Okay. So that's 2. So that's 4, 8 plus 10. That's 18. I'm gonna get a notepad.
Is the damage doubled for blast?
Yes, that's why I'm rolling 4d10 plus 10, as opposed to 2d10 plus 5. So if I don't roll shitty, they'll sink real good, like that first one did. So hold on.
Okay, so we have 1 so far.
So, roll again. That's really funny. So I rolled on the third roll. I rolled 2 10s and 2 1s. So that's
Great
still
average.
22. So that's 32, which is enough. Remember, you only need 30.
Okay.
And I'll roll percentiles for the toughness. That's 100. Wow, that one explodes in a fiery explosion. So that's 5, 6. So that's 11, 18, 28, plus 10, 38. 4, 8. So, all right. So from your debt point, so you can observe, kind of, Ulrich, you hear 4 separate explosions all at once. One of the boats sinks immediately. You just blow a hole in the bottom, and it drops to the bottom of the river, basically. It's actually, no, it doesn't even really sink. It just explodes into shrapnel.
Okay.
2 of them sink like rocks. Theoretically, they could be dredged out of the bottom and repaired, but that's going to take weeks, months, God, you don't know. Boat number 2, though, it has a hole. It's leaking water, but it's kind of like half-cocked in its dock, but it's stable. Wolfgang, pull the trigger a second time. No boom. In the distance, you hear 4 go off. So now, you hear shouting from the shore, which is like, vaguely hear shouting. You probably have to surface, just poke your head above water so you can see if they exploded or not. So some of you guys can probably hear vague of like, what was that? There's fire from the shore. It's the boats. Oh my God! Get the patrol boats down here. So once again, you guys have 2 separate problems. Wolfgang, your bombs have still not gone off.
This is some bullshit.
And Ulrich, one of your boats has not sunk. But you did get 3 out of 4, which I think is what the captain told you was acceptable.
Yeah. But there's still 1 boat.
So there's still 1 boat left, and you have 2 more satchel charges, but because yours blew up, the enemy forces are moving in on you probably pretty fast. So
Probably like ETA, like, couple minutes.
yeah, they've got patrol boats, and you know that they have a couple. They're probably rowing a couple of those sons of bitches. So you've got like, you can still slip underwater. There's no way on earth they're gonna be able to see you underwater. But
Yeah, definitely. I'll just alert the team and just like, I'll just alert my group and just like slip underwater, stay quiet as you can.
Okay.
And move.
well, all right. So where are you moving? You moving to the rally point?
Yeah, to the rally point.
Okay, you're moving upriver. So
Okay.
Wolfgang, what are you doing?
There seems to be this fucking wireless detonator over here. Give me the fucking wires. I'm gonna plug into the fucking satchel charges and set them off manually.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we're gonna have to make a third pass.
All right. Both team leaders roll me an awareness test.
Okay.
14. Out of... Let's see here. Wait, so...
And this
I have night
is...
vision, so half penalties for darkness.
Is
still
this
minus-
for sound or...
This is site based.
Vision?
Well, maybe
Okay,
it's got
so
some sound in it,
minus
but this
10
is like
based
yeah.
on rebreather.
Yes. Well, yeah. All awareness tests are minus 10 because of rebreather.
Yeah.
It's a full face mask thing. So
Well, thankfully I have a plus 10 already, so just minus 10. D5.
Oops. Oh shit, man! Like minus 25, I can't. Damn. Okay, so I'm gonna pre-spend luck.
Okay.
For a plus 20.
It's gonna be really funny if you fail this and he succeeds. But we'll see.
So that is.
Actually, here's a good question. How would you guys say to a rule of luck? You can spend a point of luck to roll a skill as if you're trained in it.
I like that.
I think I want to add
What
that
did
rule
you-
because as much fun as I'm having rolling 80s for your teammates, that I feel like at some point you're going to want to do this yourself, and I feel like you should be able to.
Yeah, what?
I've been
did you
talking to
say?
them. Tell me
So
what...
something about, like, what point happens?
Yeah,
You spend a point of luck, you have the thing you need, even if it's a fucking skill.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can make a skill as if you were trained, even if it's an advanced skill.
Yeah, that makes sense since
Okay.
you're pretty much like chance it all.
But so I got 1 degree of success.
Okay. You do not bump into each other physically as you swim underwater. But yeah, so team 1, you run into team 2 swimming back the other way in the middle of the river.
Okay. Well, if you see me, I'm gonna flash some signs to you. Trouble. You go ahead. Rally.
All right. So you wave them on.
I'll just
Yeah.
I'll just signal the
Affirmative.
The okay affirmative sign.
Oh yeah.
You thumbs
Hands
up
can
and do an underwater salute.
And then another salute. Yeah.
Above you, you hear, you feel probably more than hear the faint light motor launches going of those patrol boats, and you can see vague outlines of flashlights. If you were above surface, you might hear somebody say something like, "Bloody hell, I can't see fucking anything." All right, so
but
Wolfgang,
I'm going back.
you're looking at the bombs.
I'm assuming that we have like the core set up.
Yeah, you have the detonator, so you can plug the wires in.
So yeah.
So this would
I'm
be
gonna
another
tell them to
demo
pass me
test.
that
I
fucking
assume you
tape.
want to do the luck thing and try and roll it yourself.
I'm gonna spend both. Actually, no, I have 3 points. I'm gonna spend points of luck. 1, so I can fucking do this skill, and so I can get a plus 20 to it.
Okay, roll int plus 20.
Int plus 20. Ooh yeah, 36.
Okay.
So
You're like, fuck it, I'm putting in the wires. Stab, 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 stab. You pass the detonator to
You
one of your
roll up.
demo men and you say, pull the fucking lever. Well, you signed pull the lever, Crunk.
Yep. So that is let's see, plus 26, 3. So that's 2 degrees of success.
And finally, you got a lot, like, you got like 20 less meters of leverage, so you probably are doing this a little closer than your det point, but
Not quite a danger close, but
yeah, everybody gets to feel the lovely whump of the underwater concussion. Luckily, you're all out of the blast radius because these things are shaped as fuck. But I'm gonna roll some dice now. So let's see. It's kind of an okay roll. So that's 3, 9, 5. So that's 14. That's 24. That one doesn't sink. 24, 30. God bless
I'm
anti-material weapons.
Yeah.
It's 4, 8, 9, so that's 18 plus 10, that's 28. That one doesn't sink either.
God damn it.
So that's 28 out of 30. The 28 out of 30 is, like I said, that's one you could probably try and poke with your fucking sword.
I might as well just poke all the ones I didn't see with my fucking sword.
Alright, that's two
Yeah.
10s, so that's going to be 24, 26, plus another 10, so that's 36. That one sinks. And let's see if it is permanently destroyed.
Okay.
I'll roll the dice that roll high. That's a 44 out of 40 vehicle toughness. That one just explodes into shrapnel. It doesn't even sink, it's just gone. And that's 16, 18, 20, that's 30 on the dot.
Okay.
And that's a 45. That one also just explodes. Captain, 2 of them, your demo team must have stuck those like right under the fuel block or something. They just evaporate, You're glad you're underwater because otherwise, there'd be chunks of shrapnel about the size of your sword, sailing through the air. Thunk, 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 thunk. Once again, in the TV version of this, or the video game version, we smashed cut to those guys on the patrol boat who are like, bloody blah! One guy gets a face full of shrapnel, falls off the boat. Because they were busy going to the other one. 2 of them, however, Captain, have stayed up. They are not sunk. They're leaking, they're taking water a little, but they're not sinking or blown up fully.
Alright,
So-
well,
You have
demo
2 more
team-
satchel charges with you. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Demolitions has been kind of iffy right now, but one thing to place fucking trust in, it's my goddamn board.
All right. Roll damage then. I'm not going to make you roll an attack roll to poke a boat.
Oh.
10. So it takes 20 points of damage, which you have, right?
Yeah, so that's just 10, but your pen is full. What's your pen right now?
8.
Okay, that gets rid of it. So yeah, which one do you attack? Number 5 or number 6 first?
5.
Okay. All right, well, I'll roll vehicle toughness. All right, it passes. That makes sense. So you just swim up and you just hack and slash and carve a line down the bottom. It starts taking on water a lot faster. It gently sloops under the water. All right. Roll damage again on number 2.
2. So I rolled a 2. That means 12 points of damage. AP 8.
So that becomes 6. Luckily, this one had only a 2 left. So this is you literally poke holes in it. You just tunk, tunk, tunk. And once again, enough water gets in that it just... Yeah, that's not 9. It's fine. That just sinks. So you have completely destroyed 3. You have damaged 1, and you have sunk the other 4, I believe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not gonna wait around the.
Well, yeah.
I could go check the last 4 just to be sure.
Do you want to double? Ulrich didn't say anything when you met him about anything going on there. You assumed he gave you the thumbs up and the salute. So, as far as you know, everything went okay over there. You heard 4 booms.
All right, that's good. I said he didn't have problems with his explosions. I think.
Well, anyway, you don't know that.
Yeah. So, let's head to the rally point.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, make me athletics tests again. Do take your minus for dark. No, actually, don't take your minus because I think we might be in low light conditions. There's a lot of things that's on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. In this river, so don't take any penalty. Just take your +10 for swimming, and this is for both of you.
Okay.
I'll roll for the squad. They roll pretty okay. They're fine.
I got 1 degree of success.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, bombing wise, you probably wasted like 20 minutes between the two of you double checking your bombs and setting them off. With 4 degrees of success, team 1 doesn't lose any time getting to the rally point. And you, what did you roll? 1 degree of success, Lucky? Was that 1 degree on athletics?
Yes, 1 degree of success on athletics.
And since both of you passed, you don't accidentally bonk your head into a patrol boat or anything.
Right.
Or, run into a dock, or accidentally get tangled up in one of those dumb water fences. And you guys just swim up north past the checkpoints. So I assume you're just going to climb out of the water. Team 1, you're waiting about 5 minutes for these guys to show up, but obviously you saw them heading the other way, so that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So yeah, everybody meets up on shore, or on the surface anyway.
Okay.
Let's see. You've wasted... Well, not wasted, but you've probably spent about... I want to say 40 minutes overall doing this. 45, we'll call it, because they had to wait.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we wanted like an hour.
Yeah.
So for...
Well, it's going to be an hour overland hike back.
Yeah, and it's wet. We're wet.
Yeah, definitely removing the fins now.
Yeah, remove the fins.
Are you just going to ditch the fins in the river?
No, let's keep them. We can turn them back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, because as you recall, there may be there's going to be some questions about the fins.
Yeah, really, I'll just, the sign for, how many sank on my end, and how 1 was damaged.
Ulrich reports 3 sinkings,
well,
so that's 7 out of 8.
Honestly, that's fine, because I think that's fine, because with 7 amount of condition and the fucking can't bombed, I think that's a rousing fucking success.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was
and you could, like I said, you completely destroyed, I think, 3 of them, so that's those are permanent losses.
Yeah, as I said, the goal wasn't necessarily to destroy them, just to make this product late enough time for them to form countermeasures. So with their boats down, their base bomb, I think they are delayed as fuck.
Yes.
So that's an accurate assessment.
And I said, we hit all objectives. We did some shock and awe. We did not hurt any civilians. Things are bombed. Let us circle around, get back to fucking the recovery camp, because they have blanket and hot cocoa, and I am wet and cold.
Yes.
All right. I assume you stopped breathing out of the rebreathers?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're taking them with us, but we don't need them.
Yeah, you can pop the hat off, so you don't have to worry about the penalties.
Ulrich is still foggy. You're gonna need to point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be foggy for about 4 more hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
cover our...
So, like, technically, I should roll for them to, like, search for you because you're going on foot, but, there's no fucking way. Like, they're not...
Yeah.
They're not good enough at per with, like, a -30 for whiteout conditions. You know, basically.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Thank God. Oh, look, you.
Like, literally, I think you guys would have to, like, critically fail, and, like, literally you're gonna stumble into them in the fog. That's the only way they're gonna find you. On the downside, you guys now have to, let's not bother with, you're gonna have, like, a +30 to this for concealment. Let's not bother with move silently or hiding or anything. They can't find shit. There's no opposing, so we're not gonna do that. But, do give me navigation, and, this will be -30. Actually, no. Let's not call it -30. Let's call it -10, though, because you are navigating just by compass, basically.
Okay.
There's no stars. There's no point of reference. You can't hardly see the ground in front of your feet.
Plus, this is enemy territory, right?
This is enemy territory, though. So you do get your bonus, so I think you eat that penalty, but still.
Negates that, then I'll have my foreman just help out.
Okay.
I got 2 DOF.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna get a bit lost.
Yes. All right. So you didn't critically fail. So you managed to make your way out of the place without, like I said, literally running into a Commonwealth soldier. Okay. So I don't think you're gonna. So here's your thing. Do you want to try and build out your double time order? Lucky.
Yeah.
All right, roll that command real quick.
I succeed.
Okay. All right. So you are a little lost. He just by compass navigation, because you're kind of like off center, right? Because you came in from on one side of the river and then you moved like probably upwards of 100 meters upriver, and now you're trying to hike north and find your way. And like I said, you can't see shit. You have nothing but the fact that you're like, okay, north is that way, and I generally want to head north. Your fog was probably a little too good. Maybe it's the extra ether in the atmosphere or something. But it's like I said, it's dense as fuck. You guys can't see. You're like I said, you're like shoulder to shoulder, or you're like clipped together by rescue hooks or something. Otherwise, you'd lose the guy in front of you. And in fact, a couple of times you stop and bump into each other as Ulrich has to readjust his facing, because otherwise he can't hardly see. Like there's no stars to reference. You can't even see the terrain around you. So you get lost for a little bit. Normally this would take you half an hour. This takes you about 50 minutes instead. You basically waste 20 minutes, and it's fucking cold. So, I would like everybody to make me a -10 toughness test.
37. I think I failed. Yeah, I failed, but 1 degree of failure.
Okay.
I'm just checking to see if I get any bonuses.
Yeah, for cold or something. Probably not.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm just checking on Vanguard to see if that helps.
Wait. If it's for cold... No, sorry.
Oh, actually, yeah, you have Firestarter. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're literally fine. Okay, good. That's good. You wouldn't like that. You do some deep breathing exercises.
Okay, now I think...
My soul is aflame!
Go back that way.
So...
Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so that's only to fatigue and consciousness, so this doesn't count.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no, it does count, because the failure result is you become fatigued.
Okay.
So this is just a toughness test for you.
Okay. And I at least have a toughness of 43.
Let's also roll this for the team. That's really not good at a -10 toughness test. Okay, so you guys both pass, because one of you passes automatically, basically, and the other one's fine. So you're not fatigued, and you can move your normal speed, and you're not hurt. The troops are not so lucky. They're cold. They're slowing you down. So we're going to make that instead of 40 minutes, that's going to be closer to 80 or 90 minutes. Just because they're having a hard time keeping their blood pumping and circulating.
Wasn't 15 minutes worse of the bulls?
Okay, I guess whatever. It's like an hour and a half total.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you do eventually though. You get out of the fog. You're in the foothills. Ulrich's like, oh, there we are. Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see. They take 1d10 divided by 10. They only take like 1 damage. They're not even frostbitten.
Because you're like, screw you, fog.
All right. He says about the fog he made. He had help, but you made the rolls. And so you are, in fact, able to make it to the recovery unit and, like, blankets for everybody.
Blankets, everybody. Coffee.
Yes.
All right. Everybody chugs up. So that allows your team to kind of recover. They get circulate, and they're like, okay, that's good. We can get up and go now. Is there any, before you set off, is there any, like, after-action report you want to get or anything, Captain? You want to talk to anybody? Double-check anything?
Does like anything strange happened while we were gone? Also, why the fuck is this place a place of power? Does anyone know?
I mean, that's pretty obvious. It's a river.
Oh.
It's a river populated by people. It's probably a water ley line.
Okay.
And you got right up in there. And so the ether was particularly dense.
Alright, but,
Yeah, they report nothing unusual. They got, because they had their mobility units, they got radio confirmation that, everybody from the flying rifles made it out okay. They're waiting back at the fortress. No pursuit.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna get the guy who got injured, get him looked at.
Alright.
So now that we're back. I'll let everyone
he's fine. Rub some dirt on it. You guys really need to stop rolling dice checks for your team. That's, I think, like the 5th or 6th 80-something I've rolled. He's fine. I mean, literally, I think with considered like toughness and everything, he's taken like 3, maybe 4 wounds over the course of the night. That's including the fact that all these guys took like 1 wound from how fucking cold they were.
Yep.
The man literally has a skinned knee, but everything's okay now. You dry off. They have the camp stove going. The coffee is made. So
all right, well, let's pack up and fly out.
All right, they bundle up everything. They split the load. You suit up in your mobility units, and you fly. And now you're airborne. So make me another navigation test because this will affect how long it takes you to fly there if you're going to use a charge or not.
Okay. I need to make another acrophobia thing.
Yeah, you're flying again when you don't have to. Make another will test.
Okay. And are there any mices? Because I know the phobia thing sometimes has that.
No, it's not a big deal.
Okay. Okay, so navigate. And it's still in the foggy conditions?
No, you're for your fog. There's no penalties.
Okay. For your fog. Okay.
You are, however, still in enemy territory, so.
Okay, so 46. No, that Corman help, so 56. Okay, that is actually much better. Okay, so it got 4 DOS.
Okay. Alright, so, let's see. You're about 100 kilometers from the target. You guys can all make that in, like, under an hour easily, so.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the will test, so
oh, yeah. That's good important. Let's see if you can actually fly first.
7, well, I'm within...
Yeah, you're close enough to
liters,
the captain, so plus 20.
So that's a success.
Alright, that's good. You can fly. Flying is better than staying here, you think to yourself. And so, you fly. Everybody give me awareness tests.
Okay.
Probably like a minus 10 for low light because it's night.
I
Okay.
fail. With 2 degrees of failure.
You are in Africa. Only wait, no.
So minus 10 awareness. I have. Okay. That is. I succeeded.
Okay. All right. On the air, on the wind, Ulrich, as you guys are, just scooting over enemy territory, you hear the distant sound of airplane props. What do you do?
I'll just alert Wolfgang like something like what were the signs for airplane?
You have radios now. You can talk to each other.
Yeah.
I'll just
Like
read
civilized
like
men.
airplane sounds.
With 3 degrees of
Air
success, you can
props.
probably hear a couple different props. That either means a big plane or several small planes.
I'll just stupid last don't know which yet, but might be big or might be several small.
We don't have any friendlies in the area, do we?
This
No,
is
you're still over enemy territory right now.
This is still enemy territory, and we haven't heard back. We haven't had real contact with the other group yet.
It's just us
Also, they
recovery
wouldn't sound
team.
like propellers. They'd sound like mobility units.
That ain't good.
What should we, Captain? Drop to the ground?
Yeah, let's land.
All
So
right.
we can guys. Is there any forest areas we can take cover in?
No,
So,
honestly,
it's,
probably not. No, like the forest and farmland drops off rapidly away from the river. Once you get away
Okay.
from the water source, it's just rocky desert.
So,
Let's go low and see if we can get on these planes real quick.
Okay. Roll awareness again.
I
Okay.
will call a on alert.
All right. So we'll make that
That's-
just in case you miss. We'll make the squad roll.
And
I
there's
think-
Is-
Actually, that's a good
is
question.
it still yeah.
Yeah, it's still dark.
And any penalties for faraway targets?
No, because you're waiting. You're basically
Just-
waiting to see if they come into visual range. So
Okay, so
Let's see.
nothing for that. Okay,
I don't have night vision.
all right, so this would be skill. Okay, so they technically get a +10 to this, and then what are
2
we?
degrees of success. There we go.
What are we usually calling
for
this?
unaware.
Okay, so their per is normally what, like 35? Yeah, that sounds about right. So you called for what's on alert bonus?
Plus
What's the bonus? Lucky, you catch that? What's the
Yeah.
bonus for that?
That was
+10.
+10.
Okay, and they're experienced, so they get another +10. It's a oh wow, that's 0 degrees of failure. That's a 58 to 55. Close though. Did you get any degrees of success, Lucky?
The what?
Did you pass?
Oh, I got 2 degrees of success.
All right, so if you point it out to them, they can see. But most of your units having a hard time in the these are the recovery and repair guys. Like they're carrying spotlights. They're not used to necessarily picking out targets from a long way off in the dark.
Mhm.
So they don't see it right away. But you guys can see. Let's see. What's a good? We'll call it a nice 3-man formation, a nice 3 delta wing of some small planes. They've got to be fighters or interceptors. They're flying low for planes, which probably means they're hunting for flying mages. And they look like they're in a nice loose delta, and they look like, or they could be scout planes too. That's true. There's like 3 or 4 different planes they could be. Anyway, they're small 1 to 2 man planes, and they're flying low. Like normally a plane can get a couple of clicks up, but they're flying below the cloud layer because it's still cloudy, and they look like I said, like they're flying in a loose delta and they're hunting for mages. What do you want to do? You're on the ground.
Well, I said interceptors. I think they find. What's the speed on an interceptor?
An interceptor goes just under 200 kph. So what's the actual calculation for that? That's what will times 100.
Yeah.
We go.
Will mod. Yeah, no will mod times 100.
Okay.
So
most of your guys got about a 4. So technically, if you want to just blitz home, you can try and lose them. The question is that would be basically a post piloting as kind of like a chase to see if you can get out of sight fast enough to lose them.
Do you?
They won't catch you in a straight line flight, but
Yeah. So.
Like I said, I don't know how I feel about dogfighting with interceptors. I don't want to put the recovery team up there in the air because it's the recovery team. They're not suited for dogfighting.
Yeah.
no, they're pretty lightly armed and armored. They're like I said, they're mostly rescue and recovery.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make a run for it.
All right,
Okay.
pilot checks.
Yay! And I actually get a +5.
I get plus 20.
You get lots of pluses for this, hopefully.
And then aerial core does what?
Ha! Holy shit! They roll a 10. You guys roll a 10.
Oh yeah.
So the team actually succeeds at once. Let's see. This is what agility. They probably got like agility. Yeah, they got like agility 30, but this is a skill test, so that's plus 10. So they got like 3 degrees of success. So where's my stats for a pilotman? Ace pilotman. This is not dangerous or flashy, so they just roll there. But they also get handling, which in an interceptor is plus 20. Yay! They have huge bonuses to this.
Oh god.
So that's agility 40 plus 10 plus 20 for handling. So that's 70. That's a 77. That's a big no. God damn it.
Okay. Roll a 7. So that is plus 5 agility 55. So I got 4 success.
Alright, so you got 4 degrees. They got 0 degrees of failure. And what's the range on a light machine gun? Only 800 meters. Okay, 3 degrees west. So you guys get 3 degrees of success. I mean, if you're... So let's see, you're what, 200 kph faster than them, I think? Thereabouts. Or like, 2, because your mages are also 400, so... That's as fast as you can go. I'm assuming the captain doesn't want to literally ditch his troops. Alright.
Or can like break like 800. I'm like up there too, but I'm
Well,
go as fast as I'm close
I
to
can break 500. I can do 500 right now.
500. That's right.
I don't have the expert
Mobility. Yeah, that's what's gonna. Make
Okay,
it break.
so they failed. I'm not gonna. We're already over 2 hours. I think into this. I'm not gonna bother for like. Technically, they got like 800 meters before they hit long range on a light machine gun. So.
Oh boy!
But we're talking about multiple kilometers per hour of distance. So, right when you guys basically just say, "Let's roll," everybody, extends their little controller arm and full speed off the ground, flies away, turn and burn.
Mm-hmm.
And the interceptors immediately angle for you. They fire some loose shots, but at this range, the spread is just too wide. There are vaguely tracers which go around you, but they're just all over the place, and you just ditch them. They can't get on point and on target fast enough, and you just fly into the darkness.
Thank goodness.
So they got like machine guns. I didn't want to get into dogfight with that. That's kind of.
Well, here's the beautiful thing. You'd be able to roll. Not that it matters because you're not gonna, but you'd have been able to roll tactics. They only have forward-mounted machine guns, so that's technically where you guys' advantage comes in. They'd have to keep pointing them forward at you.
Yeah, so pretty much you can swing behind.
Yeah, but as I said, I don't want to get. It literally just me, you, and our companions up there.
Yes.
Again, I'm not risking the recovery team.
Yeah, and the thing is that just for planes, they're very fast and mobile.
Yeah.
They got a lot of vehicle agility. They got a lot of handling.
If it was 2 of them, maybe we could take 1-to-1, but.
They're also very, for vehicles, they're incredibly squishy.
Yeah.
because they're just canvas and balsa wood. But anyway, you ditch them in the night. You don't have to spend any extra hours or anything on your cores, so you fly on home.
It's okay.
So you fly back to the base, the fort. There's probably a couple of bonfires or something lit, so you can find it in the dark. They're not in blackout conditions. You arrive. Your flying rifle team is there.
Cool.
Everybody lands. Lieutenant Behringer, probably gives you a manly arm clasp and is like, "Well, did we hit anything?"
Hey, you hit everything. The damn Commonwealth is literally running around with their heads cut off at the moment.
I expect they were very confused.
Indeed.
That was some fog you whipped up. We almost didn't get out of there before it set in.
I definitely felt that the benefits outright the con. It's almost like they didn't know we were there as soon as it came over.
It's because they didn't. Because they literally had no chance.
We were ghosts in the night. Ghosts with a lot of explosions.
Everybody came home okay. Everybody's dried off. Well, I guess, sir, we'll take a rest because it's probably, let's see. You arrive. Well, the bomb happened at 9, 21, and so you were there. How long did I say it took you to do all that? Like 45 minutes after the bombing happened to do all your planting explosives and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was an hour and a half back hike.
Yep.
So that's 90 plus 45. That's 140.
That's like.
Oops.
That's like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's just over 2 hours. So you're probably looking at it's like, it's getting towards midnight now after your flight time and stuff. And you guys have been up since 0600. You took a little nap, so nobody needs to make like fatigue rolls to avoid passing out, but...
Well, let's take a little bit more naps.
All right. And we'll call the session there, I guess. You guys sleep through the night. There's no immediate reprisals because you lost pursuers and everything. So first off, post-mission fatigue. The mission wasn't overly long. You had a lot of rest time, so just roll toughness, which for some of you is modified.
Yeah, 5.
Vanguard has... Oh. Okay.
So 2 degrees of success for me.
All right, you're fine. You were not fatigued. It must be all the coffee.
It is all coffee.
All the coffee and all these shitloads of adrenaline.
I had the Great Vanguard Hills with this.
Yes. You posted in the wrong chat.
Oh.
It's okay, I took care of that. We all looked at games, that's fine. I saw it. You're good. Nobody knows nothing. We're the secret tabletop cabal is secret. Alright, you're both fine.
Whoops.
That's good. I think you guys would have been like, if we count the actual like half an hour hike, that's like you would have to have rested like 4 hours or something tops, 6 maybe. So a night's rest would have done you. So it's fine that you passed. So all right, you pass. That was a pretty tense mission. You guys overcame some humps. I want to call that 400 EXP. That sounds about right. Yeah, let's go 400.
Yeah,
400.
That sounds good.
And mission was accomplished satisfactory. So next session, you can return your rebreathers and your swim fins. You bought the camo netting under your own money, so you don't have to worry about the fact that you ditched those in the middle of the wilderness. Somebody will probably find those in the next couple of days.
And to be all like, damn you, stop! Shake fist.
And other than God knows how many people were blown up, you guys only had to kill one guy.
I guess I should mark the sword kill.
Yeah, that hella counts.
But he was not a mage. He was just a schmuck. I'm sorry.
No, but that's good for your Blade Master title.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
And you did, in fact, sink a boat with your sword. Yeah, so basically what
literally
happened
the
was
reason
just
why-
like I said, like I was rolling. Your team should be very good at this. They have like a 35, I think, collective int. They have a +10 to all skill tests because your unit is experienced. I was just rolling 80 something, like over and over again for you.
Like,
And it was just like, well, shit, the detonators aren't primed right. They didn't critically fail, so it wasn't like somebody accidentally explodes themselves.
thank God.
Which, yeah, that would have been underwater with blast. That would have been bad.
Yeah.
That would have been at least a dead demo guy for sure. 4d10's nothing. 4d10 plus 10's nothing to joke at.
Nope.
And technically, you still have 4 leftover satchel charges.
I'm going to turn those back in. I said that was a mission.
So
That was a
that's
mission.
250.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say since you guys you turned back in all your mission gear for the moment, let's call that +3 logistics. Let's take you back up to 35 since you spent some on this.
Okay.
Just because I like round numbers, and we'll see if that adjusts any in the future. But for
Yeah,
now,
but
you get back a little because they're like, oh, you returned you returned everything you didn't use. Good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I spent 12.
And you got an anti-tank lance out of it.
Now it's just gonna sit in the corner of our platoon's warehouse. It's like, what the fuck are we gonna do with this? I don't know.
Okay, let's see here. Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
I am the tank. I should take this on a mission someday.
So I got the Breath of Earth, so I did that.
All right. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hey,
Well,
you're
I guess
lucky.
we're gonna get-
It didn't go horribly wrong.
Didn't
It
go
almost went horribly wrong.
I tried though.
Yeah, I was all like...
You know why I didn't go horribly wrong actually, because I was paranoid and I prepared for lots and lots of contingencies.
Yep.
Yep. At least we did to fight those flames.
Yep, that was good.
That's just alive.
Somehow we're going to be like down the line, it's going to be same flame again.
It might be. And I said
Be like,
I'm pretty sure next, if for instance, if theoretically you had to do this mission again, I'm pretty sure instead of pillboxes, we're talking like flat cannons next time. So like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
okay, so let's see here. Okay, so in terms of advanced classes, I could get Warmage immediately.
I'm talking about War Rage. I don't cast magic enough. Oh, that reminds me. I need to disenchant some shit.
Or
Yeah,
if I
drop some
wait, then I'll
enchantments.
still need to get like
Drop some
500,
slots.
500, some more, or 250.
Temper on my sword specifically so I can cut boats and not have to worry about casting that shit underwater. Temper on my sword is not something I usually keep because it makes me very, very deadly with a sword and it decapitates people.
Also, well, that doesn't apply if you're not permanently enchanting, but the temporary enchanting doesn't risk the weird elemental cancellation effect. It's just it's a slight temporary spell.
Okay, let's see. Do I want to get Warp Steel or do I want to buy buy fucking mobility fucking mermaid blessing and water walk for?
Well, yeah, that's the question. Once again, I literally don't know what the next mission is. I don't know what your downtime's going to be like. I don't know what the conditions are like. You're going to have to think, did I have enough fun time using my swim fins to swim underwater with my apparently shitty athletics?
Well, I mean, next time if I have to swim fins again, I chant the fucking blessing on swim fins. Like, I'm fish! Look at me go. I don't know. I gotta decide. Maybe I might buy an advance.
And remember,
for my
that means 200 companion EXP too.
I actually might buy an advance for my athletics. Maybe.
Might be selling. Get yourself to +10.
I'm gonna start screaming at everyone. It's time to fucking PT.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
obviously you guys were all athletics trained, so technically, if you didn't already know how to swim in basic training, they would have covered swimming because it's a real sad show if a mage drowns in a river or something. That's a huge waste of resources, tactical and strategic, if you just fall in a river and drown or something. So you guys all knew how to swim, but you're apparently not great at it.
Yeah, do you want to swim underwater in enemy territory with a dense fog, no light, and have to place explosives? Join the small military. What?
Yeah, basically, I interpret the demolition fuck-up was basically, they literally couldn't see what they were doing, so something probably got bumped in the hike or the hiding in the woods. or whatever, and just it wasn't set right until you literally got up there with your night vision and were like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I can see.
You guys are a bunch of...
No, it's just like you said, I'm sure the captain doesn't hold it against the demo team because they literally could not see what they were doing.
I said, like, took 3 tries, but everything turned out all right at the end.
They did pretty good.
Water on duck's ass.
So,
Let's see. Like 5 bells. Wait, no, 4 bells of fire.
Okay, I'm picking up War Mage.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
That makes sense. You
Actually-
are basically doing that right now.
You are the mage potential here. I cast spells usually so I can do other things better, not the...
I'm considering picking up craft so I can get to Artificer.
Artificer is a fun one.
I might
Because
want
a times 2 int modifier for enchantments. Plus a 10 to the rituals.
Yeah, plus 10
Like,
to
I like having
whichever
enchantments, but
You have enchantments for days where you have like int 4 modifier times 2.
wait, no, it's the mobility aspect. That's what it's called. Let me check that real quick. Mobility.
So your basic ass shit is water walk or spider walk.
Yeah, I could dump 150 and get them both. That'd be pretty solid.
All right, it's officially in the notes, and also I
Okay.
figure I'll go ahead and cut the recording here. But it's officially in my notes about the luck point thing. Anything else you guys want to say on the recording about the session?
It was fun, 10, and I'm glad it's over. I will sleep easy tonight.
Yeah,
Good.
it was really, and what's the word? Suspense was thick.
Especially when we were in the water and we didn't have radio contact. It's all like, fuck, we have to make these. We literally have to make these
But,
decisions.
hey, that's why I made you guys roll awareness, because it was like, okay, if you both failed, you would have literally swam past each other, and there would have been no opportunity to communicate. And I really wanted one of you to fail, because then you'd literally, one of you would like bonk. But all right, okay. The usual for the YouTube audience, the usual stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, and you like it, give it a like. We don't really get a lot of comments on these, but hey, you can have a comment. You can leave a comment. We love those. And of course, if you're new here and aren't already subscribed after episode 13, actually, because I thought it was 11 last time, but it was 12. So this is episode unlucky number 13.
Yeah.
And all right, well, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Thanks for joining me, guys.